My next question is about my inner being.
Yeah.
I have always thought that my thought process in life is everybody is coming through life and everybody pretty much can choose something that they are really good at and cultivate that into what they do in life, and they have that as their craft. I make music on a computer, and when I listen to music that I like and that moves me, I think I feel my inner being agreeing with me.
You do.
And I want to know...
In fact, we'd like you to know that every time you tap your foot, that's us. Think we're kidding?
No.
And before you go further into this question, we just want to remind you that everyone who you've ever known or not known, who's made their transition to the non-physical, is now still focused forward with you all out here on the leading edge. So all this pure positive energy, religions would call it the second coming. We would call it the never-ending flow. The flow of source energy, always flowing forward, always interested in what you're about. So when you are in that receiving mode, so that you're consciously receptive to what this non-physical energy is experiencing with you, that's what you're describing.
So it moves me so strongly, goosebumps, shivers, whatever you want to call it. And I started listening to you about 5-6 months ago, and I've listened to a lot of your speaking on that matter of goosebumps and stuff like that. So if I listen to, and I also I appreciate rap, like Esther, and I also, side subject, I fix air conditioners. That's what I do. So I resonated with that as soon as I started listening to Abraham's teachings.
Does it seem logical to you that there have been a lot of music makers on this planet who are no longer focused in their physical body, who are still enjoying making music?
So is my inner being a group of consciousness, or is it, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like I am my own...
You have an inner being, but your inner being is like our friend that was talking about how it all fits together. Your inner being is consciousness that is seamlessly dovetailing with others who are of same vibration. And so you would be very hard pressed to just get your inner being, because we're all sort of hanging around together. And so when you have an interest, then you activate within you a vibration that attracts those who have been physically focused, that have particular leanings toward particular things. In other words, it's this wonderful dance that we all do together.
So how do I go about cultivating my relationship with my craft in a way that is bringing... I want to plug the vacuum in. I don't want to go through the motions.
Well, when you're having the most fun, you know you're there. And when you're second-guessing yourself, you're not. And so it's a little bit of preparing the vibrational atmosphere. Sometimes, and you know this to be true, or you've experienced it on many occasions, sometimes you might not be feeling all that good, and you get into your work and you get feeling better and better. So that is something. Your work itself is a vibration-raising experience. But if you were already tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and then the impulse to do something came to you, that's even better, because that means somebody else is all queued up to something. Where does inspiration come from? Inspiration comes from that receiving mode. For a long time, we said to you, you create your own reality. You know that. And law of attraction abounds. You know that. And then we began talking about this vibrational reality that was becoming, and we even gave it the name vortex and wrote a couple of books about it, because we wanted you to accept the realness of it. And then we said, get in the vortex, get in the vortex, get in the vortex. And you said, we want to get in the vortex. How do we get in the vortex? We can't find the door to the vortex. And we said, get in the vortex, get in the vortex, get in the vortex. And then we began saying, what's in the vortex is of a frequency that you must match in order for there to be a blending. And so rather than thinking about getting in the vortex, we want you to see yourself next to the vortex, where you can hear what's going on and receive inspiration from the vortex. And so many musical masters, they were in that receiving mode. And when you know, this is the part that's hanging you up a little bit. You don't want to regurgitate something else. You don't want to copy somebody else's work. You don't even want to be a composer of several people's work and come up with something that's sort of a combination of all of that. But there is nothing new under the sun. Everything is a continuation of something that has been before. So rather than getting all wadded up in the idea that you want it to be original and you want it to be your work, instead, let it come from the inspiration where all good work comes from, and you enjoy being the translator of the vibration of it, and don't question what the genesis of the inspiration was, and whether you call it Abraham or Jesus or John Lennon. It doesn't matter what name you give this energy. Do you see what we're getting? We know you get that. That is the resistance factor for you. You cannot miss this. Your desire is clear, it is unmissable, and it's going to be fun as it unfolds. And everything you've asked for about it is for sure. Just enjoy the unfolding of it. We're not kidding you. We've seen the stuff in there.